Hello there. Let's talk about the best watercolor paper. Watercolor paper matters. I know it can feel a little bit painful to spend the money to purchase the more expensive brand. And I believe my personal favorite is this brand, Arches. Arches, their cold press 140-pound cold press paper is absolutely my favorite. And, sometimes folks get the idea that maybe they will use the cheaper, quote unquote, cheaper paper for something different than Arches, like maybe a Canon for practice. But when you do that, you're not going to get the same look that you're going to get when you get the Arches. And it could feel a little defeating because you wonder why your paintings aren't looking as good as you would like them to look. But Arches is toothy. It holds a lot of water. It holds a lot of pigment. And it's so lush that it's almost like a fabric, sort of. And it really holds what it needs to hold. So I highly recommend just go ahead. If you're going to invest in something, invest in good paper. Brushes also matter, but brushes aren't as expensive and they're just a one-time purchase. Paper, of course, you're going to be buying a lot of it. We are lucky in my area. We have a company called Jerry's Artorama, and they are like an art wholesale. So I'm able to get this. So for instance, this cost about, I think, $35, I want to say. And it would have been a lot more if I had not had my membership to Jerry's, which is like a Costco for art supplies. So it is expensive. That's 20 sheets of paper, and it is worth it. Now, once you purchase this, folks come to my in-person watercolor classes at my house, and they'll have it and they'll open it up. And when you open it up, you'll be surprised. You'll say, "Oh, gosh, it's just how do I get into that?" Right? You might be wondering, how do you get into this? And it's easy to kind of miss this little message right here where it says, remove sheets by inserting a palette knife here, but that's what you need to do. So as you can see right here, there is a little spot so that you can open it with a palette knife. And let me just show you how I do that. So I take my palette knife and I just go ahead and put that in here. It's a little bit challenging to do it that way. Okay, so now we've got it like this, and I'm taking my palette knife all the way around. Just taking this off, and then I will remove that protective sheet. So that's off. Now, there's this nice, I don't even know what you call that, this little black connective, almost like a tape, for lack of a better word, that keeps all of the paper connected to one another. The reason why they do that is that makes it easy. If you wanted to, you could paint your painting and it keeps the paper taut. Meaning, when you get a lot of water on this, the water might kind of move and change and expand in certain places, and it becomes uneven. This helps keep the surface taut and even. That's one way to do it. So I tend to take my paper off of the palette. It's just my preference to paint. I don't have a huge problem with it getting wet and moving around too much because I don't tend to put a lot of water on my paper. But if you're doing a landscape or something of that nature, you definitely may want to take that off. So that is Arches. It is the best. I highly recommend Arches paper. I don't have an affiliate link for them. I wish I did. They're amazing. I just believe that this is really, if you're serious about learning to paint, you want to set yourself up with the tools that will help you perform the way you want to perform as an artist. And paper matters significantly. So go out, get yourself some Arches 140-pound cold pressed watercolor paper. You are going to love it, and play with it and just enjoy. Let me know how it works for you.